Good morning.
Hello, everybody, and good morning. Good morning. We are back today on November 3rd. It's election day, but it's also, too, the November 3rd edition of the BYOB Morning Show. As
Hey.
always, you are welcome here. We invite you in to like and share our broadcast. We always like to get this out to as many people as possible because it's always good information. Today, we are talking about, can your business survive a recession? You have seen, we have kicked this week off talking about recession, what we need to do to get ourselves positioned. And we're going to keep on digging into this topic because it's so important. We are committed to having our business survive. We don't want to see our businesses just go under and crumble when things change in the world. I have my beautiful co-host here. I'll let her introduce herself and let her dig right into this topic.
Good morning, everyone. I am Kayshawn Brooks, and if y'all know anything about me, I am going to always stay on top of my game about making sure I can survive a recession. That's really what it boils down to is, can you survive a recession? Your business is you. Your business is a part of you. So if your business can't survive a recession, you can't survive a recession. If your job don't survive the recession, you won't survive the recession. So it's the same thing. You got to think about, look through history. It's something that happens over and over and over. It's not a surprise. It doesn't catch us off guard. They come and go. And we can see the signs today that we're headed towards one. And it's time for us to do something and for you to learn what to do. You need to go to this link at www.blackgirlprofits.com and share out this broadcast, because there are others who need to know how to survive a recession. One is coming, everyone. It's coming. There's no doubt about it, but it's what you do today and what you do right now. And what you can do today is go to that link and make it there, and be committed to doing something different. Be committed to not being one of those people when everything hits the fan. You're gonna be like, you don't want to be, oh, I'm stuck, I didn't know what to do, I should have prepared. No, everyone's being warned. I'm being warned. Shanadra's being warned. And we got to do something now. We got to move in faith, and that's putting one step in front of the other. In this case, that's putting one finger in front of the other and going to this website and signing up to learn this information.
Yes, absolutely. And we are in the community that we like to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. We say that all the time. We don't want to, when it happens, we don't want to be scrambling. So we need to be thinking about the steps that we can take every day in action to get our
Hmm.
businesses ready to survive a recession. And it's multifold. What are you going to be marketing at the time, as we enter a recession? Are you going to be focusing on the customers that you already have? There are a lot of different steps that you can take when you
Hmm.
talk about surviving a recession. Another thing, I think we've talked a lot about our business and personal credit. I mean, you never know when you're going to have to utilize that, right? Credit
Right.
is like, you know what I'm saying? Credit is like that avenue that you may need to get some resources
Hmm.
in the time of a recession. So don't wait till the last minute to be talking about, oh, I can't get nothing because my credit is jacked. Keep your credit clean because you never know when you're going to have to utilize it. Like that's kind of like your right hand. You may have to go out, get a loan, or use some other resources where they may leverage your credit to get certain things. So it's things like
Hmm.
that that helps you stay ready before something comes. It's nothing like being unprepared. Have you ever been in a situation where it feels like it's just taking you on by storm? You're like, oh Lord, what am I going to do to get past this? Only if I had done XYZ, I
Right.
would be in such a better place. And I've been in some situations like that before myself, and I'm like, you know what? I had an opportunity to get it right, but I chose not to get it right. So don't be like that. I mean, it's already enough just when times are thriving and doing well that businesses face and they have to do so many things to keep themselves afloat. It's even tripled and doubled in a recession because everybody is scrambling.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go against the pack in that and just be ready because you know life and the world is going to happen. So why not just think about having a plan to have your business proofed for recession and other things? What do you think?
They need to do that, and they need to be able, and to do that you need to be able to be flexible.
Yes.
And you need to be able to pivot, and we got to get out of the mindset of I only want to do what I want to do, because
Mm,
doing what you want to do only, it haven't gotten you to where you want it to be. And even if it did, you're not there right now, anymore, because the economy changed. This whole corona disrupting the whole world changed that. Or
mm,
if it hasn't, if you have been blessed and been one of those lucky ones where it hasn't, don't think that you're invisible. You're inevitable. You've seen big brands. Someone was just pointing out to me that us small business owners, we need to be proud and happy that we're still up and running, because a lot of these big box chains and businesses closed down, but we're still here. So we need to take advantage of every opportunity that we have to stay here. So if you are a business that is still operating, still functioning, and you want to continue to still operating and functioning, you need to make sure your business can survive a recession and find out other ways, which, there's a lot of people scrambling around, with learning things about technology, or just even knowing what can you do. I think back, in my lifespan, we haven't been through a real recession. I mean, yeah, we went back in one, when the housing markets crashed and everything, but I wasn't a homeowner. I wasn't,
right.
it didn't affect me. It wasn't like the depression back in the 1920s and
Right.
stuff like that. That's, what we trying to get you prepared for. You don't want to be, when Corona hit, it kind of showed us a glimpse of what life was like back then in that recession time, of everyone rushing to the stores, rushing to these lines, trying to get what you can get, or people was trying to figure out what can they do, how can they survive, how can they pivot and change. You can get, thank you, Dr. Nikki, 2008 recession. See, that's my sister having my back. She know what I was talking about. But you don't want to be caught up in the middle of that trying to figure out what I'm going to do, when you can have right now to figure out what I'm going to do. And it's basically like Shanadra said, we got to get ready, and we're going to stay ready so we don't have to get ready later on. We're getting ready right now. And that's what we want you to do, is to look at what are you doing now to prepare for your future. And what's so amazing about our coach, and being in this community with so many different beautiful de- developed minds, you feed off one of another, and then there's no competition when we're all trying to survive, because
That's
we
good.
support one another in whatever we're doing, and so that, because we know that if we support you, you're going to come and support me. And that's vital when you in a recession. Support is vital, and you're gonna need and want the right support. And this community is one of the places where you can get that, and you can get that by going to blackgirlprofits.com. And I would like to say thank you for everyone who is joining us this morning. Good morning to Nikki. Good morning, Ola. We have Chiquita, thank you for joining us this morning. Rose, thank you for joining us. Make sure you please share out the broadcast, because there is someone who has been looking for an answer. They've been praying for an answer, and the share of this broadcast could be that for them this morning.
Right. And I don't know about you, but I'm forever changed since coronavirus. Like I have just looked at things completely different.
Uh-huh.
I know that, I need to start doing some things that are different for me and my family just because of that. How many people have lost jobs? It has been really, mind blowing to me. Knowing
Hmm.
friends that have been personally laid off. I'm talking about top performers. I mean, that get in
Yeah.
there and grind, have dedicated their all and have been laid off. And, that can happen really at any time, corona or not. So I think in thinking about that and just having so much reliance on someone else, that right there woke me up. And the fact that the
Hmm.
world will never go back to being the same. I don't care what you say, it will just never go back. This is one of those times in life where we're gonna pivot, right?
Right.
So there are certain situations like 9/11, after 9/11, right? That's when the age of cell phones happened because they thought about like, oh my gosh, we have people over in New York and we don't even know, we can't check on them basically. So
Hmm.
after 9/11, I can remember watching the presentation, and that was kind of a big boom of everybody having cell phones and it being more accessible to people. So this will be a time in life, we get them, every so often throughout life where people have to pivot. Right now, technology, you have to get on the curve
Hmm.
with technology. That's going to be big and being recession proof. So when these big things happen, you have to look at it from a perception that, okay, like what's going to be different? Am I going to sit here and be like, all these other companies, like back in the day, for example, Toys R Us that said, you know, I'm not going to ever close
We
down my
can go no
storefront.
more.
I'm not going to ever try to have an online platform. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Are you going to take what's happening in these times and pivot with the times? That's a part of being recession proof. You have to say, okay, do I need to beef up my technology? I have a lot of people, oh, I don't do Facebook or I don't do social media. But
Hmm.
honey, on that corner in that little small neighborhood, ain't nobody coming to that store. Don't
Ain't
nobody know
nobody
nothing.
trying to.
Okay, don't nobody know nothing about that store, baby. You have to be able to pivot. And sometimes that's hard. I know sometimes it just feels like so much is going on.
And it's uncomfortable.
Yes, and it's about that comfort zone. You have to pick up the pieces and move. As a business owner, you are the CEO, you are the decision maker. Do you want to make some bread or do you want to fold?
Hmm.
Period. You
Period.
think about that. So it's just like when you go to work, you're gonna be, if you don't go for 2 days, guess what? You're gonna be 2 days short. If you ain't got no time, no PTO. You
Right?
don't show
No
up in this
vacation,
business.
no sick time. You're gonna be short.
Exactly. Yeah, if you ain't got nothing if you ain't got no PTO or nothing like that, you're gonna be 2 days, 3 days short on your paycheck. Same thing with your business. You're not thinking from the mindset of, okay, I got to make X number of dollars. I got to do this in order to get this profit. In this time, you kind of preparing to fail with the recession. You got to
Right.
keep your ears open. You got to be vigilant of what's happening. And I see that, and even though I'm just newly transitioning, how many people were scrambling at the time
Mhm.
of COVID? How many people didn't even have anything online? How many people didn't know how to reach customers post their retail store on the corner?
Right.
How many people didn't know how to apply for grants, the government grants? The paperwork killed them. They looked at that
Yeah.
paperwork, look, I look at this paperwork, I don't know what this is, what they asking for.
Right. And the thing is that when they didn't know how, they didn't have nowhere to go to learn.
That's it. Yeah,
You
that's
know,
it.
that's the problem, that you it's okay not knowing.
Right.
But it's what you do when you don't know. You don't just sit there and be like, oh, well, I don't know, it didn't work. Then however, whatever life just throws at me, that's just what I'm gonna deal with. No, it don't work like that.
Right.
No, you take that and be like when I was looking, I didn't know I was looking for this community, but apparently I was looking for something, and I knew when I found it because I knew before I got here something was wrong with what I had been doing. I knew there was something different. So when you sick and tired of doing the same thing, especially if your business is not taking you where you want to be, or if
Hmm.
you can look at your bank account and see if they shut everything down today and we was in full blown recession depression, you wouldn't survive. then you need to be coming over here into this community and going to blackgirlprofits.com and finding ways. One thing what I like about you look from within, and because you need to be able to pivot. Like, I was talking to someone, and they want to open up a storefront, and I don't get it, but I do get it. But that was all they wanted to do, and I was kind of like don't I don't want to say, I was just like, not, I'm like, come on, what else are you going to do? Like, I couldn't fathom that they couldn't see, okay, I'm going to open up this storefront and I'm going to serve online. Like, how could you not pivot or be flexible and transition? Like, you see what's going on. Like, I believe some people is in a false reality where they believe we are going to go back to how we once were. And even if we do, because I'm not God, I don't predict the future. Even if we do, it's about being prepared for what could happen. Like, I know there's a lot of people having a lot of ceremonies, ribbon cutting ceremonies. I just, hope that they have transitioned to being online as well, because that's how you survive a recession proof. I mean, get your money now. If you want to be out there risking your health, you know, um, doing this face to face stuff, then you do it. Be careful while you're doing it. But then at the same time, if everything gets shut down again, you still want to be able to have other ways of functioning, with and that's another thing, a good thing about community too, and about like affiliate programs and volunteering and brand ambassadors and things like that, because when say something does happen to you and you can't, when you're in a community like this, there are other ways for you to still survive what you are going through. And that's what's a good thing about being in this business. That is a good thing. That is how you find ways to survive during a recession. Being in a community, in an environment like this that's positive, it's not negative. You're going to find a way. Shoot, if the online went off, our coach got us ready that if the internet went off, we gonna know a way and have a way to still make some money. We not finna we getting ready. So if it does happen, we not scrambling around with the rest of the world trying to figure out, oh my gosh, there's no internet, how I'm gonna make some money. No, we we trying to get everything covered,
Right.
all
And
areas.
I think, I mean, even as someone like I always share this because I look at this a totally different way. I look at a person because I'm still working in corporate America while building a small business, right?
Mhm.
So you have to think about these people spend tons of money on leases and equipment and stuff. So what they're starting to realize is like, okay, I can drop this lease if people can sit at their house and do this
Mhm.
work, and I don't have to pay for no lease. I ain't got to pay for these cleaning people. I mean, we have a full
Girl,
staff
that's
pantry. I
gonna
don't got to
go
buy this
in big
pantry
time.
food. Right. I don't have to do all this. Then they may not ever come back up in here if I can find a way to
Mhm.
cut costs. I
Girl,
mean, you
that's
have to think
definitely.
exactly. I have friends now that they are working from home indefinitely now. Like, look, baby, ain't no more office. Where you at? Wherever you working there right now, that's your office, baby. You're not coming back in here. We're not gonna pay these people the lease. We're
Mm-mm.
not gonna pay. We're not gonna pay for all this other office equipment and chairs and stuff. We ain't got to keep the maintenance up on this.
A
So
lot of
people,
businesses made money by
yeah,
employees
they
staying.
did. They absolutely make money, and I'm a firm believer of that, and because I know the kind of money that they spend where I work at for three huge floors to house 700 plus employees, and
Mm.
keeping all that up with with keeping the cleaning up and keeping the pantry up and keeping all that, baby. That's bread. You hear me? That's that's some real. You know what I'm saying? That's some
Yes.
real. That's real life bread right there. So when I thought about it from their perspective, I said, you know what? People need to be thinking like these big name
Hmm.
companies that got these commas and stuff. They already thinking two steps ahead. You
Already.
can't treat your business like, oh, I'm just a small business. No, you too needs to be thinking 2 steps ahead about what I can do, what I can. And this may be a perfect time. You think about, okay, well, what can I automate now? What can I get to where I don't have to be working my hands to the bones? What can be automated? What kind of technology I can get to enhance my business to reach more people?
Mhm.
Those are the kind of steps you start thinking about when you start thinking about being recession proof. Dee Morris says her company has sent many people home and gotten really rid of administrative assistants. What they need them admins for? Ain't
Girl,
no more filing papers and ordering PNs and
look,
setting up
look,
meetings.
yo, people, you know what? So many jobs got eliminated because they realized you were wasting their time, you were wasting their money, and how you used to get around not doing nothing, acting like you busy. Oh no, this corona, this COVID, this shine the light on who do we need, what do we really need. And like those admin, they be like, nah, we don't need you. You better learn how to do it yourself.
Yeah, you better plan those, and then you ain't doing nothing but typing in some Zoom and WebEx calls, whatever your platform is. You ain't getting no room prepared.
Right?
You ain't doing nothing but sending them details out to all the people and say, click this link and let's join in and talk about it. So they figure like we ain't finna pay this salary for us to
Mm-mm.
set up some WebEx calls and stuff like that.
No,
They're just
nah.
not. It is. Dr. Nikki says COVID is a game changer for doing business. Dr. Nikki, it is. And
It
you know
is.
what? It probably it really in some ways can be seen as a blessing in disguise because I'll tell you personally, I have met people in COVID that I would never have had the opportunity to meet. When I get up here and
Okay.
talk to y'all are in. Where you at? Where you at,
I'm in
Keisha? On the West
California.
Coast?
I'm on the West Coast, girl.
Well, I'm out here in Houston, Texas, baby. I would have never, if I was going to work every day, clocking in every day, I would have never met you. I
Never.
would have
And
never
we
met you.
clicked instantly. We clicked instantly and was like, girl, girl. And it was just like, and we finna be doing, we in a community together. We get to do business together. Look at how much more reach you get when running your own business. Look, Dr. Nikki just said she in Seattle. We are nationwide. This is a nationwide community, and you need that. The way this world is changing, you need to build a nationwide community family. Because look, my state was just on fire,
Wow.
and if I needed, the
Wow.
whole state was just on fire, just about. And if we needed to bounce, I have family that I've built up over this time, people who trust me, a community that wouldn't mind helping me. I was just sick, in the hospital. I don't like to talk about it. I'm not one of those ones who go into the hospital and post pictures of their IV or wristband, and everything. I'm not one of those ones. It's just, if you don't know, you don't know. But this community was so supportive, and it was unexpected because I don't like to share anything about myself. I'm very private. My family can tell, they have to ask me. My aunt, she was just like, is it okay if I tell my daughter that? And I'm all like, yes, it is okay. That's how private, I am. But this community was so overwhelmingly beautiful, of how they supported me and how they made sure that I was resting and not doing too much, because those know I don't never stop. But just that love, you know if I wouldn't have been trying to expand my business and work for myself and till my own farm and my own land, I wouldn't have gotten that support when I needed it. Ola just said, that's community, like-minded individuals wanting to grow and support each other. Yes, that is so needed, because we get up in a recession, you're gonna need that support. Like, we be in the background, somebody got some Lysol, somebody got some bleach in their area. Can I do something for you? Anybody need something from Amazon? I mean, that's how we got it over here. And that's how, if you got the right mindset and want to change your way of thinking, your way of living, go over here to blackgirlprofits.com and join in this community. COVID should make you want to change your mindset, change the way that you're doing business. Because, like right now, we have this second wave coming supposedly. I don't know if it is gonna come, if they gonna make it come. However, something's supposed to come. You got to get ready right now, today, not tomorrow. So go to blackgirlprofits.com and make sure you please share out the broadcast, because sharing is caring, and it is one share of the broadcast that can save another person's business and make it recession proof. Dr. Nikki just commented that I love it. I never thought I would be connected with so many wonderful from all over the world. We meet daily. We do. Some of us we do meet daily on different things, and that's just another aspect of this community. When we do meet, it's not about the same thing, and because it's not about the same thing, that's technically preparing us for any type of next recession or
Yeah,
depression.
I like that I like what you said because it's an all-inclusive community. Like we just don't talk about, being recession proof. We talk about profit planning. Y'all
Mhm.
seen series on that, marketing, business credit, personal credit, the importance of having a community, the importance
Mhm.
of reading.
Grant.
You know, we are trained like I think I've been trained in some aspect literally every day
Yeah.
since being a part of this community. And it's ongoing. We have working sessions. We talk it out. It's just not like, okay, one person feels like they're talking this one sided. The community is so good because people feel inclined to give their opinion. You know what I mean? And I love that about it. It is, what the biggest thing is, baby? It's no drama. It's straight grinding. People
Straight
just trying to
from
put, thank you. People just trying to put their foot down, put their head down and get their work done. And we ain't got time to be, we don't know what's going on TV. We don't know. Don't
Mm-mm.
ask us. We
Look,
ain't got time.
look. That's why they had to keep telling me when I was in the hospital, I couldn't watch TV. I'm so used to not watching TV, even though before I never really did cable thing, but I used to be Netflix and streaming online a lot, but
Right.
couldn't even enjoy watching TV. It irritated me to
Kayshawn, we
watch.
know. Kayshawn, I said, now why Kayshawn in here? They finna prep this lady to go into procedure. She's talking about, is there anything I can do? Lay down somewhere and get
Okay,
and get ready. She right. She ain't lying though. She really could. She was really in there in the hospital bed trying to chime in. I'm like, if this lady don't go lay down
but
and get herself together.
it was so hard though. When your mindset changes, it was just like I can't listen to this crap,
Yeah.
on this TV. It was just a waste of my time. But that's what that's just a wonderful, beautiful thing about this community. Snadra, you mentioned business credit and personal
Hmm.
credit. I didn't even know there was a such thing as business credit, until I came into this community, which is good because I ain't toe it up, like I didn't toe up my personal credit, but that's just the knowledge that you get over here. Like I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure now someone is going to listen to this broadcast who has a business and know that there is a difference between business credit and personal credit. And this community over here will teach you how to leverage on both of them, like, because I'm pretty sure I'm glad I didn't know about it until now, because sometimes you don't learn things or things don't come to a revelation for you until you're in the right position in the right community around the right leader. Because I know possibly for a fact, if I had learned about business credit before I came into this community and had been listening to the people who I have been listening to, it would be messed up right
I
now.
was just gonna say, would you have used it properly? Because you may have known about it, but would you utilize it in a way that it was going to be most beneficial for you? That's the big question.
Hmm.
Yeah, because sometimes, and I love that she often asks us if you had $10,000 for your business today, what would you do with it? Because that gets you in the mindset to think when I really get this money, how am I going to use it? I don't have no plan for it. Am I just going to go, get some rose bottles and, am I going to blow, understand? Am I going to
Yeah.
blow it or do what? I love that she always asks us that if you had $25,000 today for your business, what would you do with it? How would you use it? and then all comes into our daily and weekly questions with each other, right? So you have to understand, like your brain, it has to be fed. Like you're not
Mm-hmm.
most people, like when they see one concept one time, you just flash it in front of them or have one session about it. A lot of the times it's not going to sit right. You have to see working sessions. You have to hear it
Yes.
multiple times. So that's why I like this community, because it's constant, daily push. And as you get older, because we go work jobs and do these mundane tasks, this brain here just sit there, right? It's just
Girl.
sitting there unutilized.
Mm-hmm.
So in this community, it makes me feel childlike again, in the sense that I'm learning so much and I'm getting daily education that's meaningful. Because you can get education like my education at work, girl. I don't know what they saying. Don't ask me now. Don't ask me what they talked about in their
Look,
training.
right?
Look, don't ask me what they're talking about in their training, because baby, I don't know. You
Like,
know what I'm saying?
help me with these answers. Look, like
Yeah.
what? We gonna do this all over again.
Yeah. And so being here and going back to a childlike state, that's what
Mm-hmm.
has kept me hungry, right? Because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't know that. And if I wouldn't have came here, I would have already been 1,000 plus thousands of dollars in the hole if
Mm-hmm.
I had not came here, right? I remember even when I went through the grant certification, I think within my first class, I was like, okay, well, dang, girl, you in the right place. You know, I already blew off $600, $700, and you just getting your foot in the door. So just me knowing I had already done, I mean, incorrectly, like she always say, you don't know what you don't know, right? So
Right.
I couldn't just beat myself up, but I could praise myself in the sense that you ain't got some help, baby. You ain't got no
Okay.
pride issues. I ain't got no
Okay.
pride issues. If I don't know, I don't know. But I do have an issue with repeating the course. I do have an issue with you if with not helping myself. I have an issue
Mm-hmm.
with that point. Was I going to get in this community and soak up, and not only soak up but take action? Was
Yes.
I going to do that? And I had to tell myself that I really had to sit down and say, you know what, you know what you want. You're pretty good about getting what you want,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to help, and you got sisters and a team. Girl, now wait a minute.
Wait
They
a
thought
minute.
they thought it was about something. They thought you was, but baby, just wait. When I
Oh,
get out
okay.
here, okay. When I get out here with some knowledge and a team, hey man, y'all better watch out.
Man, like I said, I'm kicking down doors. Kicking
Hey,
down doors. That's how we doing over here. That's why we be like gang gang. We serious about this over here, about this business, about surviving, about thriving, and about growing and being flexible and pivoting and knowing that everything is not comfortable. We have
oh,
to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
oh,
That is so important
oh,
and so vital and so needed. You think we want to be well, now we do want to talk every day and be reading it because we see the results, but it be days where we don't feel like getting up, we don't feel like doing it. Just like every day most people don't feel like going to their jobs, but they still do. I would rather feel like this and get up every day knowing that I'm doing this for me and for
right.
myself and not for no one else. What Bridget say?
She said, if you want something you never had, you got to do something you never done before. She
Mm-hmm.
said you need a coach to help you. That's what Miss
Period.
Bridget said. And you know what, Miss Bridget, that's good, because I mean you are hitting. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, because for me, I have had a successful corporate career of 12
Mhm.
years now, which I can't even believe that. That's crazy. I've had that. But when it came to doing something for me, I had no reach. I had no touch in that realm, right?
Girl.
So to go out there and be like, I don't care what I had done in the past, baby, they don't have nothing to do with this. And people think, well, oh, I've done X, Y, Z, baby. You never done this. You don't know. And
Mhm.
it's and let me tell you something. What I have learned is that I have several friends that have businesses and entrepreneurs. They ain't making no money, girl. But anyway, that's a different story.
Right.
But they always tell me that it feels like a lonely road. They always, I've heard several of them tell me that, oh, it just feels so lonely, just feels so lonely. And I was thinking, like, okay, well, why does it feel so lonely? You know what I'm saying? Because they try to do, and they look at other people, and they try to do stuff just like everybody else. That's not
Mhm.
for you, baby. For one, you lonely within yourself because you chasing after what's not even yours. What's yours, Miss Kayshawn? That ain't mine.
Right.
What's mine ain't yours.
Right.
And then secondly, you ain't even trying to seek no wise counsel, and you have no discernment. Who you thought was
Mm,
wise counsel, baby, that don't mean you no good. That's why I can't follow no any old body. I can't just
okay.
chill with you like that because it's something in here that says, you know what,
Mm-mm.
I can't do it.
Girl, I
My
be like,
counsel has to be wise.
they have to be wise, and you can. That's why you need the discernment, and you can feel that drawing, that
Yes, ma'am.
connection of where you need to be or where you should be. When I found this community, when I first seen it, I was like, I felt that drawness. It was like, okay, but something, but everything that glitters ain't gold.
That's good.
Everything that glitters ain't gold. And then I'm gonna tell you, just because you've been through a program or been with
Mhm.
a coach, and if you had a bad experience, so what? So what? So what? Somebody ripped you off. You didn't go where you thought you were gonna go. So what? How many times have you been at a job you didn't like? You quit that job, or you got fired from that job, and then you went and got another one. It was like, so what? You went and
Yeah.
got a good one until you or those who've been in college, you know about those professors that make it hard for you to pass the class. So you drop that class, you be like, man, forget that. You ain't about to fail me. You drop that class and go take it with someone else who got some more common sense, who's more relatable to you. Let me take that back. They all got common sense. That's just more relatable to you. Same thing with coaching. If it didn't work the first time, same thing with that program or that certification.
Hmm.
Or if you did go through it and you not where you at, go get more wise counsel. Learning. One of my models is I am forever learning in
Yes.
all areas of my life. So
Yeah.
this does not stop. So if you're not where you at and you've been looking, apparently who you've been listening to, it's not working. So
Yeah.
you need to if you feel a drawing over here, try it out. How many times y'all didn't play truth or dare? We all
I
didn't
was
get
scared.
out.
Little girl, I was scary. I be trying not to play
But we all didn't played it at least once.
it.
At
Yeah.
least once, and we all done at least done a dare. So it's almost like the same thing here. I dare you to come over here into
Hmm.
the community. I dare you to go to blackgirlprofits.com. I dare you to share this broadcast. You would play a silly game like that, whether they told you to jump into a pool
Okay.
in wintertime or drink hot sauce or whatever, some crazy thing, you did that.
Uh-huh.
Do this for you. I dare you to do this for you.
www.blackgirlprofits.com. It's at the bottom of the screen. You might see some people tag it in there. Um, Not only that, I mean, she still has a free ebook available for 20 grants that every African American woman should apply for every year.
Every year.
They, every year they put the money out there. We just don't have the knowledge to get it. I say this almost every time I'm on the show. If you had already known what you needed to know, you would
Mm,
have done it by now.
right?
That's what I had to think about. Like, girl, are you really where you want to be? No, I'm not. So guess what? I got to get some help, baby, and some help that means some good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who one that looked like me, because that was off top, and that was
All the
specific in my prayer. I said, Lord, I need somebody who I can commune with. I need somebody who look like me, who has crossed some barriers that I'm looking to cross.
time.
Because
Been
it's
through
some
the
kind of
trenches
connection.
like me.
Yeah. And you know what? And when I met Coach, I was like, you know what? This girl here is everything I prayed for. You understand? Because this she is tied to my next journey. And I
Mhm.
love God because He'll do that. He'll show you, like, okay,
Girl, look, look,
He'll
look,
show you.
look.
That's
Let me
you
tell you
know,
mine. Let me tell you
yeah.
mine real quick. Girl, God showed me a vision like 20 years ago, and I was afraid of it, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And when I got into this, as I was being around, for a couple of months, He opened up that vision that had been buried for so long, and was like, remember? And I was like,
Mm.
and He was like, she gonna help you do that. And I
See?
was like, what? What? Okay, so you can finish your story. I just had to throw that up in there because I had that same type of revelation.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, no, that's good. I mean, that's pretty much what I was hitting on. Like a part of me that I knew that would be manifested at some point, not knowing the exact time because it's his timing, right? I
Right?
knew at some point that that would manifest, but I was gray about how it would get there. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
can see it, but you don't know what that
Yeah.
journey is like. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I see that, but like, I'm right here though. How am I gonna get way over there? You know what I'm saying? It's that journey that's great,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And,
Yes.
and when this started falling into place, oh my gosh, it started becoming so clear. I say, Lord, I know I got to work. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. I'm not. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I put that muscle in. That's not my
Right?
issue. That's not my issue. My issue is being faithful enough
That's right.
faithful enough to walk
And
the journey because you
consistent
know
enough.
I'm put that muscle in, but you know what? I have to show you. You know what I'm saying? I got to give you a glimpse because I'm one of them. Oh Lord, I need a sign. I'm one of them. Like, oh Lord, come on, let me see
Tell me.
something.
Tell me.
Let an apple fall on my head today. I want to know specifically.
Right, right. And specifically, we want to tell God how to
Yeah,
show us a sign. You
yeah. I
know,
be and then like when this community came and like all these women like who like I say, Kayshawn, you know we hit it off the muscle. Like the first time we went live together.
mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, look, that's my girl. Like I can
Right.
definitely say, son, that's my girl. And that's just what he has done for me since COVID. I can tell I am not joking, y'all. I have probably had at least 100 conversations with women from all over the world, even outside
Mhm.
of here. I had somebody randomly inbox me from a group that I'm in and was saying all of this stuff and since COVID.
You know
Since
what?
COVID.
My business since COVID, my skincare business, Renew Your Body Butters,
Yeah.
it went globally. I'm
I see
shipping
you,
out
girl.
orders
You working.
globally
You working.
since COVID. You know, people talk about, oh, well, COVID was, this horrific year, didn't nothing happen. Since COVID, I got a celebrity brand ambassador
Girl, I see
for
you.
my
I see
skincare
you.
business. I'm all like, come on, COVID was not the end all for
Mm,
everyone, but that's what makes me appreciate and why we go so hard the way we do because there are businesses that went down, that
yeah,
went out, and we know now we don't know everything. And that's
right.
why we know now we need to be flexible. We're not
Mm,
telling you to do nothing that we're not going to do. Anytime
correct.
we tell you to go to some webinar, go to some training, we right there too. We need to recession proof. Thank you, D. Morris. um, look, she done made me get off track. But everything we do, everything we tell you to do, we're doing. We
Yeah,
want our business to survive a recession. It's not like we done everything and now y'all finna go do everything we do. No, we doing it right along with you. This is real life, real time. I'm still trying to recession proof my business because I don't know what's gonna happen. I used to be. I said this on another show, but a couple of days ago on the 31st, a memory came up on Facebook where I was promoting my Etsy page, where
oh,
I used to be the farmers market, going to vending show events. That's all I knew. That's all I knew how to do. And I was successful at it, but I knew I wanted more.
mm,
But that was, but being in this community, no, if I had never been in this community, I would have been caught up into going to events. And when the world shut down, I would have been like, oh my God, I don't know how to survive. What am I going to do? But because it didn't happen like that, I was already trying to work online. And so now
right.
this community, I know that there's more. I know I don't know everything. Now I know I don't know.
Mm, mm-hmm.
And now I know I'm searching and I'm going to do the work to make sure I have the knowledge that I need to survive any type of I don't want to say any type, but most type of circumstances.
That's good. Well, Miss Station, I know you're going global. Don't forget about me. I'm gonna have to break through the
Yep.
fence like Eddie Kane. Talking about dang. Don't have me look.
Night
Don't have me breaking.
I will.
Yes, don't have me breaking through the. Don't have me breaking through the cloud and say, "Let it in." Let her
Look,
in.
right, right. But see, that's the thing. I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for my sisters. This is not a me thing. My sisters support me. We support one another. So that's the thing. When we all blow up, when one blow up, we all blow up because that's how night what close knit we are up in here. And that's because we're a community and we're sisters and we support one another. When one win, we all win. We don't share. I mean, we don't hide winnings from each other. If we see a source of something for one, hey, y'all come over here. That's what's so beautiful about the grant program. Like when y'all go to this blackgirlprofits.com, you're going to get 20 grants that you can apply to every year. And what's so beautiful about this community, we don't just give you information. Some of you might be like, I ain't never applied for a grant before in my life. I don't know nothing, the first thing about it. That's okay. We gonna help you with that. But you got to get in this community, whether if it's by the membership, by the junior mentorship, by the whatever. You got to get in this community, and we gonna teach you. We gonna help you. We don't just say, go figure it out. No, we say we got this over here, but you got to come over here and get it, and let's go work for it, and we can work together.
That's it, y'all. We done told y'all a lot. We always give you a healthy portion on this show. We're gonna prepare to get on out of here. Yeah. We got www.blackgirlprofits.com as our tagline today. I'm just gonna leave you with this. Y'all know I always leave y'all with this. Take some action. We can sit up here and be, I tell people all the time, I can sit up here and be as enthusiastic and it can be coming from my soul. But until you decide that you want to make a difference and want to make a change, me and Kayshawn could be on the sidelines cheering on, but you have to be the player and in the game on now. You have to be the one. I want to say we love you, we love you, we love you. We'll be back tonight at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time for the BYOB After Dark show. We'll see you then. We love you. You guys have a great day, and please go vote.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.